Welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch and Riesa hanging out with you this morning. You know, throughout our lives, we all have to make very important decisions that will affect us in one way or another, right? But we oftentimes tend to actually overthink things rather than just to trust our intuition. But how do we know if our instincts are right? Well, here to help us answer some of these questions, and we welcome psychic therapist and medium Vincent Genna. He's back to the show. Vincent, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, well, thank you, Mitch. You just caught me reading a really good book.
Oh, your book. Well, there you go. If you could take us a few moments, if I could pull you away from that to talk a little about here. Before we do that, our research department, we found some pictures of you and your early days in your early career. You were in the movie Grease. I want to look at that. Look at that. And there you are with Mr. JT. Very cool.
You are really diving in there, Mitch.
I love that. You, of course.
I know.
You know, it was I'm sure, a wonderful time. It's so neat. Look, you still did the dance. That's all right.
Nice.
Let's talk about, like, what you're doing now. We've had you on the show before, had a great time. We
Absolutely.
have to recognize intuition. We have to recognize that we have an internal guidance system. Explain what the internal GPS is.
Well, like you said, it's our intuition. As beings, we were born with it. As a matter of fact, we wouldn't have survived over 11,000 years if we didn't have intuition. And the thing is that you can tap into it. Everybody hears something intuitively. They always say, I get a gut feeling, right, Mitch? And so that's the kind of stuff that you're supposed to listen to. I actually teach people how to listen and develop their intuition and honor that inner voice. So when it's telling you, go down this street instead of this street, you listen to it, because chances are something's going on the other street that you shouldn't be involved in.
I'm so glad you said it, because I used to deliver pizzas, and I would go to a stop sign and I go, all right, which way should I go? And I always went the wrong way. So then I go, well, I'm going to go against my intuition. And I would go, all right, well, I'm always wrong. And then I would go down the other way, and it would still be wrong. So you have some tips for me that will help me tap into my own intuition. What are they?
Absolutely. Listen, Mitch, a lot of times when we think we're listening to our intuition and it's wrong, we weren't listening to our intuition. We were listening to the thinking left brain mind that gets in and infiltrates when that feeling comes. So the feeling will always come from within: a quick thought, a flash, an inspiration, whatever it is to you. Each person, it comes differently. You have to begin to honor it and listen to it. When you listen to that inner voice, it becomes stronger. And yes, there will be times that you make a mistake, but that's okay. The more you listen to it, the stronger it becomes. Honor that inner voice, and also clear the clutter out of your head.
What do you mean by that?
Well, definitely. All that thinking stuff, the chatter that goes on in there, the negatives, the worry, the thinking about what you have to do all day long. You just have to follow. If you follow your intuition, it will guide you to what you need to do all day long, and the most important stuff, rather than the stuff you're thinking about in your head, Mitch, because that's the stuff that gets in the way, that creates stress, that creates that emotional blockage. You want to ease, you want to relax, you want to trust. That's what you need to do, is trust. We do not trust that inner voice. And my book is all about why we don't trust that inner voice. We talked about that the last time.
Indeed. And I want to kind of go with this next tip that you have, which is ask the right questions. How do I know what those questions are?
Oh, wow. That's a really good, there's a right question. Because we think we know what we want to ask and want answers to. But most of the time, we're desperate searching for an answer. When I'm on the phone with my clients and they turn around and they say, oh, well, I just need to know what I need to do in my life. And I'm like, no, that's the wrong question. Go down deeper. What are you trying to ask? What you're really wanting to ask is, why aren't things going on in your life the way you would like? You have to go into that core of you, the deep psyche that knows exactly what to ask. So instead of just saying, oh, do I deserve this job? It's like, no, ask, is this job in my best and highest interest? That's a deeper question. It's more meaningful, and you'll certainly get a better answer from that. So it's really thinking about what you really, really, really want, not what you think you want.
Okay, and I'm going to recap again. You say honor and trust your inner voice, very important stuff. And just give yourself a little break saying, hey, it's okay. Vincent, you got some great stuff. We can't wait to have you back again. Now, if you want more information, you can check out Vincent, of course, at Vincent Genna. Vincent.com. Thank you, Vincent, for joining us today.